We flip the page now to BYU Basketball Media Day and do so in grand fashion. We welcome the head basketball coach, Dave Rose, back to Studio B. Coach, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. How are we doing?
We just talked about your experience last night at a concert and Def Leppard, man. I have enjoyed getting to know things about you, but probably not more than the fact that you are an absolute concert guy.
I really enjoy it. I think that guys who are the best at what they do, I like to watch that. That's fun for me. And I'm a closet rock and roll guy now, but in my day, the early '80s were good to me. So that's a good time to go back and enjoy that. So
I know it's serious when you bring a jacket onto set. The Gonzaga game in Vegas, you lost the jacket. Will you keep the jacket on during this interview?
Yeah, I'll keep it on. I've got strict instructions from quite a few people to make sure that that shouldn't happen again.
You know that was one of the highlights of the season for me, right?
Well, I hope it wasn't. I will tell you this, that there have been a lot of changes in the league as far as our officials and assignments, and hopefully that helps my jacket stay on.
Very good. Dave Rose with us on BYU Sports Nation. It is BYU Basketball Media Day. You had an opportunity to go to Spain, and here we're seeing the jacket thrown, Coach.
Came off quick, though.
That's the thing.
That was good
That's
technique.
the thing.
Yeah, that was good technique.
But let's
all I really wanted to do was just set it on the chair, but I did it with a little emphasis, which caused some problems.
That was the most political answer that you could give with that. That was great.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the changes in the West Coast Conference. How will that change how the game is played in conference play?
Well, I don't know. I just know that we'll have a bigger pool of officials. And the guy assigning the officials is assigning the Pac-12 and the WCC and the Mountain West and the Big West and the WAC. And so he'll have a larger pool of guys to choose from. And I'm really familiar with him because he assigned the Mountain West Conference, Bobby Deibler, when we were in the Mountain West Conference. So it'll be a little more familiar to us, I think.
New season, you start practice Monday. What gets you excited about this group?
Well, our trip to Spain is what kind of gets me excited. We had a chance to practice for 10 days in August and then go to Spain, play 4 games on that trip. And that's, that's kind of, we spent the last 3 weeks just working on a lot of things individually with our guys in small groups. And now we have a chance to get started and then, see what this group can do. I really like the leadership that we have, and I like the size of our front line. I think that the last couple years, the size of our front line, for whatever reason, experience or foul trouble or health issues, have caused us to play a smaller team. Hopefully we can play a bigger team, more physical, make us better defensively. It'll make us better on the boards, and hopefully we can find a way to manage Tyler's loss. I mean, it feels really similar to 4 or 5 years ago when we were trying to figure out how we were going to score without Jimmer. But we had 4 guys average double figures on this trip, and I think we have the capability, maybe 5 or 6 guys that are capable of doing that. So we'll just see how that works out.
Dave Rose with us on BYU Sports Nation in Studio B. I get the impression from some of the guys in conversations that I've had that they are confident that even though you lose the all-time leading scorer in BYU basketball history, that they're ready to step up and they feel like they can be better and go further. Why is that the case?
Because that's the beauty of my job. I mean, the fact that when you lose an All-American, the most exciting thing to our guys is that they get a chance to come back and then replace them. Everybody wants to play. I mean, that's the key. And so these guys are excited for the opportunity. Sometimes guys will come in the program and it doesn't look like maybe there's a lot of playing time available. But you take a group of guys like Jake Toulson and Jordan Chapman and Zach Selius and Nick Emery, those guys coming in, they know there's a lot of minutes and a lot of points, and that makes them really excited.
When you look at this group, too, it's exciting because you talked about the difference in the front court. Does your offense and the way you run plays change at all because of your personnel?
It changes every year. And, we made a kind of a conscious commitment last year after Nate went out in the 10th game, and we didn't know when we were going to get him back, but we knew it was a hamstring and it would be a while, and we ended up not getting him back at all. But when you replace 6'11" with 6'2" or 5'11", because it was Skylar Halford and Anson Winder who were the ones that were ready for those minutes. It changed everything about how we were going to play. And some nights it was really, really exciting to watch those guys go, and when they were on, and we got, we caught fire late and was able to, win a few games and qualify for the tournament. But it's really hard to consistently play a smaller lineup and be really consistent. And so that's what I look forward to. I look forward to Nate's experience coming back. Corbin's getting better. He's got great size, great athleticism. Kyle Davis, who was our second leading scorer on the trip to Spain, we waited for a year. He's practiced with us. Jamal, the minutes he played were tremendous. And so you just take that group of guys along with Braden Shaw and Jacob Hartsock, we have some bigger guys and a little bit more depth up there on the front line.
Managing expectations is always tough, especially when year in and year out. I mean, you average 25 wins per year as the head coach at BYU. So how do you manage the consistently high expectations for this program?
Well, I actually kind of set those. I think that our guys understand that when they come here, that's what's expected. And the expectations from the outside, I don't really deal with. I kind of ignore it. I'm not a big reader of. I'm a big fan of you guys, but I don't listen to you
Dave.
much. Okay,
Because you're practicing.
but I think that pressure is a beautiful thing, and if you can get your guys to embrace it, to worry about today's pressure and not get confused with yesterday's pressures, tomorrow's pressures, that you're dealing with what's up today. I think some of the greatest stories for me are these young kids who come into this thing and, as soon as they sign, they get on Twitter and they get another 3,000 or 4,000 followers, and they're so excited. Coach, this is the greatest thing ever. And then we have an interview, maybe in the middle of the season, and those Twitter guys, they can turn on you pretty fast, And so I think that dealing with expectations is an easy part of this job, because I think we create them.
The schedule has some quality games on it. Do you feel like you're going to need to win maybe a few more in the regular season, given that you might not have the same kind of RPI at the end of the season?
Well, this was one of the most difficult schedules to put together that we've had. I think that, when ESPN invited us to come to the Diamond Head Classic, which those exempt tournaments are hard to find because so many of them play on Sunday. And so when you find one that doesn't play on Sunday, then you get a little bit interested. But the timing of this one is really difficult. I mean, you're playing.
You had to reschedule a conference game
a week before your league, and we were promised, as we made that commitment to play, that they'd take care of us, in the league schedule, and they did a really good job. They gave us 6 of our first 8 conference games on the road, so they took care of us, and we look forward to the challenge. Okay. The challenge will be, we got to be ready, coming right out of the chutes, because everyone plays the same amount of games. But you get 6 of 8 to start, you better be ready.
I am really enjoying this interview. We need to do this more often, Coach. Dave Rose with us on BYU Basketball Media Day. When you look at the schedule, and RPI is always such a huge factor, and you've done a masterful job of putting your team in position to have an RPI necessary, wins and losses, to be selected for the NCAA tournament. Do you feel like the RPI challenge is going to be where it needs to be again with this schedule?
Well, I mean, the RPI is always kind of a, it's a crapshoot, because you think you know where teams are going to finish, but what they do and how they play after you play them is totally out of your control. But we are playing a lot of teams that are picked to finish in the top half of their league, and usually that's good for your consistent RPI over the years.
Is this team better equipped in any way to better challenge Gonzaga for the conference championship?
I think we might be a little more balanced. I hope we are more balanced. I think that the year that Kyle and Tyler had last year is really just phenomenal. And when you think about it, for those two guys to do what they did on the same team, winning 25 games or so is an amazing accomplishment. And I know that Kyle is really motivated. He's had a great summer. He's really improved his game. But to get 6 triple doubles in one season is pretty difficult, probably because no one's ever done it before except him. And I think our balance will be better, and it'll be interesting to see you know, where he really helps our team. And that's the beauty of Kyle Collinsworth, is that he can help your team in so many ways. And last year we had to have Kyle rebound for us, and that's where the triple-double came from. He's obviously a good scorer, and as your point guard, he's going to, you know, have nights where he's going to get double-digit assists. But to consistently rebound the way he did, and you know, he averaged 7 rebounds a game on the trip this year, and I believe that he has the potential to do that. But it'll be interesting to see if he gets those 16 or 17 rebound nights like he had last year.
Coach, does Jerem look better with this current hairstyle or with a shaved head?
Well, there's two things about that. I actually watched that. Okay, not live, but
So you do watch us.
I was told it was awesome, so I checked it out. And the first thing I did is I reprimanded Skylar Halford because of all the things. As good as he was going down the stretch for us last year, he's a horrible barber. Okay.
Yeah, that was our bad.
And the equipment wasn't very good.
Yeah, I think, weren't they literally sheep shearers that we brought in? I think that's correct.
Well, I'm going to tell you that that's a much better look.
Thank you.
Keep that. And if you have any more challenges for us this year, we'll willingly accept.
I learned my lesson. I have no challenges in terms of shaved heads for you.
That was great stuff. Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, guys. Good luck to you.